my life took a different path. I started bookmaking at a young age. I was, 23 years old, trying to make that money. And next thing you know, I started booking bets for one of the most infamous cartels in the world. Hey guys, thanks for the support. I won the contest with the made man, Michael Franzese, and I had that sit down. So go ahead and enjoy the YouTube video with myself and the made man, Michael Franzese. Thank you.
Oh, and first of all, let me thank you for being a great supporter of Franzese Wine. Appreciate it very much. You've we need people like you, and both Sam and myself and everybody involved in the team. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. And, thank you for being involved in this. And, you have an incredible story, and people love to hear comeback stories and people that have been able to overcome obstacles and challenges in their lives. Sometimes we make some bad decisions. I know I made many of them. And by the grace of God, I've been able to correct them and move forward. And I think in the same way, your story is pretty similar. So why don't you let our guests know? Our viewers are going to be, excited to hear your story. And then we'll take it from there.
Yeah, Michael, I was involved in racketeering just like yourself. I got indicted in 2015. I came off a couple national championship football teams with the USC Trojans under Pete Carroll. And from there, I was around all these silver spoon kids from USC and playing with these guys that all went to the NFL. And I was just trying to chase that money, trying to fit in, and my life took a different path. I started bookmaking at a young age. I was, 23 years old and trying to make that money. And next thing you know, I started booking bets for one of the most infamous cartels in the world. And unfortunately, I went down the path of organized crime and, became one of the largest quarterbacks for the cartel. And, I ended up in federal prison and currently still living in the Federal Bureau of Prisons halfway house. And everyone likes, like you said, everyone likes a comeback, a second chance, and this is my second chance right now.
Where did you do most of your time, Owen?
I started at the USP Lompoc and then eventually went down to the FCI next door. And then from there, I got transferred to Victorville. And from Victorville, eventually I got sent to FCI Colorado and Littleton.
Well, I got to tell you, we both were in the same places. I was in Lompoc, I was in Victorville, and I was also in Colorado.
It's crazy.
Yeah, a little bit earlier than you, but yeah, I was there. So Lompoc wasn't bad. I mean, especially when we got into the mediums. I never made the camp, but I was in the medium there. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. The medium was great, actually. It actually turned into a medium when I was there, so I enjoyed it. They still had those cable weights, if you remember. Carmen Persico had that rose garden they took out.
They took it out, huh?
Yeah, they took it out, but I liked it. There were some good guys there that, enjoyed working out, and I just kept my mind right by doing my pull-ups and push-ups every day.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't like it when they sent me to Victorville. I liked it better in Lompoc.
Yeah, Victorville was all awful, man. It was just desert. There was nothing to do. You were doing pull-ups off the staircases.
Yeah, it was tough. How much time did you end up doing?
I did 9 inside, and I got the last year in the halfway house right now in Los Angeles.
On how restrictive? Well, I was in the halfway house in LA. They were pretty easy with me. I was gone at 6 in.the morning, got back at 12 midnight.
Hey, I don't have it that nice, Michael, but I'll tell you what, I leave at 6 in.the morning, and my curfew tonight's 9 because they knew I was interviewing with you. So they're big supporters of the comeback story. This brand I started, California Ice Protein. And they're really excited about the documentary that's coming out and the book that I recently wrote that came out Black Friday.
Well, let me ask you, what made you, this whole change in you? Did it occur in prison? When did the light bulb go off and say, you know what, I got to change my ways?
Once that judge sentenced me to 21 years, and I said to myself, wow, this is a time to rehabilitate, right? He's obviously sending me away for a reason. And, I got to prison. I said to myself, well, I guess it's time to sober up. I was using drugs and drinking and partying like a rock star. I'm not going to lie. And I realized once I got to prison, I said, man, I got to make a change in life. And I went from putting bad things on the streets now to, distributing healthy treats. It's a weird comeback, but I'm enjoying it. I'm a big fitness guy, and I ended up getting my master's degree in business administration while incarcerated, and I started this brand while in prison in my 6x8 cell, in a mop bucket with ice and rock salt.
Wow. Yeah. Tell us about it. What does the beverage do?
So it's actually it's a ice protein. So by accident, I was in my cell one day, and my cellie said, "Hey, if you want to keep your protein shake cold, why don't you just throw some salt on it with the rock salt from Colorado?" If you remember, they used to have that rock salt to melt the sidewalks. So I used that rock salt to keep my protein shake cold. And one day I came back, and the protein shake turned into like a frostbite, like almost like a smoothie, like an ice cream. And I started eating it, and I was like, man, this is awesome. And so next thing you know, I started making it for my workout crew, and I was making like 7 at a time, and everyone's like, man, you should sell this. This is like ice cream. It's protein ice cream. Next thing you know, I'm selling 30 jars on a Saturday, and come NFL Sunday, I'm selling 50 jars a day at $15 a piece. And I said, man, I think I'm onto something. And I got out literally in 2024 of March, and as soon as I hit the ground at the halfway house, I remember the first thing I wanted to do was start researching if there's any protein ice cream out there, and that's the story. And I've been running with it since, and we're building the brand as we speak. And like you see behind me, I got my ice cream push cart right here. Joined the ice protein revolution, and some of my buddies that are artists, did some cool paintings for us. Just real bright and colorful, from this dark past of my life now to this bright future.
Well, listen, I got to commend you for that, Owen, because not many people, I think the majority of people don't make the prison time work for them. One of the things that bothered me the most, when I was in prison, I did 8 years. But I saw guys going out on parole and coming back 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and I couldn't believe it. I wanted one chance to get out, but these guys were going in and out and in and out. And so it's not too often that somebody makes the prison time work for them and really kind of reinvents themselves while they're in there. So I really commend you for that. I know it's a big accomplishment. And let me ask you this: is it available now, your beverage, in any retail outlets yet?
Yeah, so it's an ice cream bar, actually. We have it in a 24-hour fitness in Long Beach, downtown Long Beach. We have one in Huntington Beach called Everybody Nutrition, which carries our bars. And then there's another meal prep company called Healthy Meal Prep in Fountain Valley. And we also have a GNC in Granada Hills that carries it. We currently have 100 freezers that are landing this month from China. We're going to pay that tariff, and we're going to have 100 freezers. We're going to have 50 in Miami and 50 in California. So by summertime this year, my release date in the halfway house is June 26th. So I tell myself, if I can release June 26th and have 100 freezers in the United States, I'll feel pretty good about myself.
No, that's terrific. And just a heads up, my daughter and son-in-law, they own 2 gyms here in Irvine and Newport Beach. So, when you get out, I can put you in touch with them, and they got a pretty big membership there. So maybe there's something you can put there also.
Yeah, I would love that. I've been at Equinox, and everyone at Equinox is like, man, you guys have to carry this here. It's amazing. So I can't wait. I was hoping to see you in person. I was going to bring you some, but next time when we're in Newport golfing, we'll have a bar together.
Yeah, well, June 26th, that's around the corner, man.
Yes, sir.
And I understand you're starting your own YouTube platform also?
Yeah, I'm learning, man. It's this technology. When I got out, someone gave me a smartphone. I didn't know how to use it. I was using a BlackBerry. So they put together a team for me, and the social media's. It's been fun telling the story, and I'm looking to have this platform where you come work out with me, and we sit down and enjoy the podcast together, and I break out the ice cream and we eat it together, and you tell me, give me a review on a healthy ice cream. I call it an innocent indulgence.
No, that's a great idea. And yeah, you got to build your platform. I mean, that's where it's at today for business. And, if you build a really successful platform, you'll find out that YouTube is paying you to market yourself. So it turns out good. It's an offer you shouldn't refuse. Let's put it that way. But let me ask you now, do you work out a lot yourself? Daily?
Yeah. I work out 5 days a week, and then I usually try to take the weekends off. As you know, we get a 24-hour home pass to visit our family, so I try to enjoy the weekend with my uncle. But I eat real clean. I eat 4 ice cream bars a day, and I still got a six-pack, so the product's working.
Well, listen, I'd be interested in trying that myself. You know, I work out at least 3 times a week. I try to do 4, but 3 times is good at least. And I'm surrounded by everybody that's just fitness freaks. I call them the Franzese fitness freaks because my wife, it's a lifestyle for her since I met her at 19 years old. She's been working out. My 2 of my daughters are fitness trainers and nutritionists, and my son-in-law is now the same. My son-in-law yesterday, well, future son-in-law, he's marrying my youngest daughter. He ran a 26-mile marathon on Sunday, and he did it pushing in a wheelchair, I guess, his roommate who has muscular dystrophy, but a little bit more advanced. And he ran the 26 miles. It was unbelievable. Yeah, unbelievable.
Amazing.
Yeah, in a wheelchair. And you know, but he was a professional baseball player. He played for the Giants in their minor league system, and then he got released after 5 years. But they're all crazy. I have no choice but to be fit because I'm surrounded by it.
It sounds like you got the perfect family, man.
Yeah, I do, and we're gonna certainly enjoy your product also, no doubt.
Perfect. I can't wait. I would like to drink some of your non-alcoholic wine. Obviously, I've been sober for 10 years, so I heard you got a non-alcoholic version.
We do, and it's really starting to take off. Walmart just took they took an 8-state order on it, so we've given them an exclusive for I think 60 days, and it just went on the shelf this past April, so we're excited about that. But it's good. It's really good. You'll enjoy it because it's an alcoholic wine, and then we extract the alcohol out. So we don't extract the taste out; we extract the alcohol, and it's been really going over well.
Oh, that's great. I can't wait to try it.
But anyway, you know, Owen, really proud of you, and I know how difficult it is to come back. You know, 9 years in prison. A lot of people come out angry and they come out resentful, and they just waste the rest of their life. And I'll tell you this. You know, I went to Angola prison, and I've visited so many prisons across the country and even around the world. And so many guys that I've spoken to, 55, 60 years old, that are doing life for 50 years, and they all look back and they say, Michael, you know, I don't know what I did. You know, I don't know what to do. I don't know what I did, but look where I ended up. And, you know, we could easily end up there. And these are not first-time offenders. They're first, second, third, fourth. They've had opportunities and just kept doing the same thing until finally it got them forever. And it's a shame when that happens. It's very sad to see. And, you know, I commend you for, you know, making the most out of your time and coming out and really doing something good for you and for the rest of the world. Because anytime you're pushing a healthy product like that, it's great. So I really commend you for that. And I thank you for being part of our group, and I look forward to maybe coming on your platform, you coming on mine, and just talking about your product and everything that you're doing. It's a great story.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Michael. We'll definitely have you on when the time comes, and I look forward to seeing you down in Orange County. And remember, as a Trojan, we just fight on.
Yes, I know that. Well, I can't say I'm a USC fan. You know, I'm still a New Yorker at heart, and that's where my heart is. But it's a great school. And so you just keep fighting on.
I appreciate it.
All right, man. Let me know when you get out. You know, give me a holler, and then we'll plan to meet at sometime over the summer.
Sounds good, brother.